All right.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Let's keep straight up. Out to the master. Out to each other. All right, let's go for jumping jacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, squat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On your backs. Go guard strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right leg up. Left elbow to your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip escapes in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go to chin to your chest this time. Okay, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chin to your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ear to your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah. You don't even move. I hear something cracking. All right, let's go for break falls now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left side. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, guys, let's sit up for left leg out, right leg in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deep part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Butterfly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. alternating sides, feet to the side, step up, alternate to the other side. Okay.
Yeah, Nick. What's up, Nick?
Oh, Nick, okay?
Yeah.
What's up, Nick? Same sides, all right, guys? A little loose in here. All right, now we're gonna rock back. This time bringing the one leg inside, stepping up to a combat base here. Whatever you call that. Side to side, okay? All right, guys, let's move it on now to just practicing our rolls, okay? So remember, we're doing forward, backwards, and sideways rolls, okay? Kind of all together, kind of free form today a little bit. We're gonna stay with that really today. Rolling around your space. All right, let's move it on to boot scooch. Okay, side to side, side to side. Forward and backwards.
All right, next one. Low double legs. So one leg up, one leg down. And alternating sides. No hands on the mat, guys. Keep your posture up. There you go, guys. Good. Alrighty, guys, that's time. So let's get a quick water break and we'll come back and work on some dummy drills, okay? Oh, yeah? Thank you. Good comfort. Alrighty, I hope you guys got gi tops on your dummies today. If not, then go ahead and slap one on there real quick. We're going to be working on some chokes and side control. Nice. So, among other things, one of them is going to be a gi choke from here. So, we're going to want a gi on top of the dummy. Okay, so when we're here in side control, just real quick, like a couple ways that you can control people from here is like your basic side control, you know, where you're cross body, your chest on the chest, you're hugging the head here and hugging the arm. Okay. Another variation would be when I'm bringing the arm over the head, and then I'm using my hand here to block in front of their hip. Okay. Now at this time, usually I want to start to circle to north-south. That way I'm farther away from their legs. Okay. So when I'm controlling side control this way, usually I want to start to go to north-south. Like I'm already, you know, I want to try to get to this position at the end. Okay. So from here, I have a lot of attacks I can go for. Okay. The first one we're going to work on today is a paper cutter choke. Okay. So once I get to this position where I'm north-south, with my hand that's blocking the hip, now I'm going to reach under this arm like that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab inside the gi here behind their head with my 4 fingers inside like that. Okay. So now we're here. Okay. From there, my other hand, the one that's over the head, is going to draw back. I'm drawing my elbow in, and I'm getting thumb inside on that opposite collar. Okay, so you guys can see I'm grabbing thumb inside. So now I have both grips connected. Okay. From here, I'm just going to bring my elbow in on the neck like that. Okay. And now at this point, once I bring my elbow in, I can drop my leg down. Okay. All the way back, and I'm just putting all my weight into this shoulder, okay, or into my elbow. That way it's going straight into my opponent's neck, all right? So that first grip I'm taking is preventing any slack from getting inside the gi. Like you can do this choke like straight from side control without even making that first grip, just from grabbing and dropping your thumb in. But usually the person is able to turn and loosen up the choke and get some slack there. So a lot of times if they're tough, that's not going to finish them. So that first grip is really important in making the choke really tight, and actually makes it a little more technical there. Okay, but it helps a lot when you're going to finish this choke. All right. So again, we're starting here, crossbody side control. Right. We're going to practice today. Every move we're going off of is working from this over the head and blocking the hip and circling north-south. Okay. So you're going to get a lot of practice with that motion. All right. So now, like I was saying, on the side that I'm blocking the hip, okay, that's this arm, right, the one that's blocking in front of my partner's hip. I'm going to reach under their arm like so, and grab 4 fingers aside behind their neck on their collar, okay? Now with my other hand here, I'm going to go thumb inside, okay? elbow in. Now I kick my leg back and I put pressure down onto my elbow, okay, to finish this choke. All right, guys, so make sure we're getting that grip correctly, okay? So that's why I think we're gonna have a little bit of confusion here is we wanna start initially in side control, right? Our regular crossbody. Now I'm gonna bring my arm over, 1. My other hand comes to block the hip, 2, okay? From there, the hand that's blocking is just gonna go with the fingers under the arm, okay? And you're grabbing inside the collar, okay? From there, I can use my other hand, thumb inside, elbow in, and I kick my leg back and drop down to finish this choke, okay? Remember what we were saying, like when we're doing this choke, like I wanna first, as I pass my arm over and block the hip, I wanna go to north-south first, okay? This makes it easier for me to make that grip, 4 fingers inside behind the collar, okay? Whereas like if I do it right from here, sometimes people show you doing it right from side control, where they just like reach the arm under and they grab like a deep grip and then you just go for the choke. And even though it may seem easier, it's on a real situation, it's hard to actually get the choke that way. Why? Because the second I'm here and I bring my arm in to go and connect this first grip, now there's no control over their hip. They're just gonna try to, you know, roll out, do something crazy to get away. I lose the control in that situation. So by doing it this way, arm over, and then walking north-south first, I'm able to keep control on them while I'm connecting that grip behind their lapel like that, okay? Then, as I bring this hand, thumb inside, now I'm kind of going back to side control and then dropping that hip down, okay? So that's kind of the mechanics of that technique there, the setup anyway. All right, guys? So really, we're gonna get a lot of practice practicing switching this arm, going cross-body north-south. I connect the grip, thumb inside, now I kick back and I finish this choke. All right, guys, so we're gonna practice this for a few minutes. I know it's a lot of steps, okay, so we're gonna take some time on this one. If you have any questions, okay, unmute yourself and I'll be able to hear you guys, so just let us know. There you go, Mary. Good, you got the grip right. Nice, but you wanna drop your other hip down, okay? If you're putting the elbow down with your left, then you're gonna drop your left side to the mat. Otherwise, you kind of spread your pressure out too much there. Okay, good. Nice. Thumb inside on that second grip. Thumb inside, yep. There we go. Nice, yep. Oh, nice. You got a whole gi on there. Sweet. Around, walk around. Under the arm, grab the collar. Nice, Nick, yep. Good, yeah, there we go. Super strong choke. Nice work, guys, looking good. There you go, yeah. So sometimes on that one, Mary, you don't gotta make the grip too deep, you know? Like if your wrist is starting to bend back this way to grab, then you kind of like can hurt your wrist there, you know? Just with a straight grip, slide across and grab thumb inside, okay? Yeah, exactly. As long as you keep your wrist straight and then drop that pressure down. And then you can eliminate some of that slack with that grip that's behind by just pulling, you know? So you kind of, you have that grip behind, you pull, and then you just drop the elbow. Okay. There we go. That's why making that first grip like that is helps a lot when you go to finish. There we go. Nice. job, guys. Keep it going. Another few minutes here.
I'm doing them outside too.
Yeah.
One of the things to know about this choke, guys, is that whether it's a blood choke or a throat crush or a neck crank entirely depends on where you make that thumb grip. And so if you're trying to be nice to your training partner, you want to try to get a good grip on your thumb so that when you make the grip here, that this part right here that's choking is evenly on the neck, and that your forearm is evenly on the other side of the neck, so you sort of make a V right where the Adam's apple would be, right? That's a nice way of doing it. If you're in a tournament or you're in freedom or whatever, where you don't want to do it nicely, just drop that forearm right into the throat. I don't know about you, Chris, but when I'm trying to do this choke also, I always try to like look for where I can try to block this other arm with my head.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's pretty easy if you get your hand up here to block that thumb and grip.
Yep.
There's a way to like block that arm as it's going to north south.
Right.
Cleaner choke.
What do you like to do?
So usually what I do is I go switch, and then as I'm fishing, I drop my head right here.
Right.
So a lot of times the guy's smart, he's already got it here. So I lay that way. Right, but if I come in here, if I can get here and drop right here,
Right.
I keep my head here the whole time as I come around.
Totally.
Right,
yeah. I think that's really the big way of fighting that other arm is you got to use your head. You know, like Nick was saying, I like to do it that way too, because here both your hands are occupied, right? So they have their one free hand to defend. If I can use my head to block that, I'm going to make it easier for me to grab that second grip. So when I'm here connecting, I'm keeping my pressure on the person, right? That way when they try to bring their hand in, it's difficult. And now by the time they're able to, I already have my choke in there, okay? So, good detail. Nice, Mary. Looks good, looks good. Oh, there he is. Looking good. Good control. Nice. All right, guys, looking good. Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next one. So like I was saying here, everything's working off of that north-south variation of side control here. So we're starting in our regular side control cross body. I'm bringing the arm over, I'm blocking the hip, and I'm starting to circle to north-south, okay? Once I'm in north-south now, we have a couple more options we can go for here, which two would be the armbar or the Kimura, okay? So basically, this is a spinning armbar. It's a little bit different than how we were showing it. If you guys remember, like the last 2 weeks, we've been showing it where you just underhook the arm, lift and step and go. I mean, that's great. That's a good one. It's a little bit quicker, but you lose a little bit of control that way, okay? Doing it this way, you have a lot more control. And this is the way I like to set up the spinning armbar when I'm actually going on someone who's good at jiu-jitsu. Okay, so this is a really good one to get down, okay? So I get here, I circle the north-south, okay? Now what I'm gonna do, this is this arm that I brought over the head, right? I'm gonna reach under this arm, I just lift the dummy up on their side, okay? So now if this is a real person, their other arm is gonna be on the mat like that, okay? So I typically like to take this chance to pin that arm with my knee, okay? Now from here, I can go for either the Kimura or the armbar. It's kind of up to you, depends on what the guy does to defend, okay? So sometimes here with this hand, let's imagine, actually Nick, if I can use you, and you guys can see how it'll work on a real person, okay? So I'm here, I'm in side control, and yeah, this person is gonna be framing me, okay? And that's why this is, I say this is good on someone who actually knows what they're doing, because typically this person's gonna have their frame like this, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this arm over, block the hip, and start to walk towards north-south. Now look where his arm is now, right? Still on my neck, okay? So I'm just gonna pinch like so and lift him up like that, okay? Now once I do that, this is where I'm gonna use my leg to pin his arm, okay? And now if his arm stays here, that's my signal to go for the arm bar, because his arm is straight, right? His arm's straight. So I'm just gonna bring my foot tight, pivot, and I spin into this spinning arm bar, okay? So how you know when to go for the Kimura is when I'm here and I walk this way, I pin the leg, and his arm is still here. Sometimes they bring the arm down like that, right? That's when I catch, and I get the Kimura. So my hand was already here, hooking. So when he brings his arm down, I already have the elbow hook on his arm, and I can just connect my 2-on-1 grip, and I can finish this Kimura right from here, okay? If the arm stays here, then I'm just gonna pivot and go for my arm lock. My arm bar, okay? So I'm not gonna go and like try to force the Kimura if I don't have to. I take whatever one he gives me, okay? So if he leaves the arm there, I'm rotating for the arm bar. If he brings the arm in, I'm going for the Kimura, okay? So you guys can kind of see just how it works on a real person. That's how I'm like deciding which one to go for usually, is how that guy defends, okay? So for now, we're just gonna work first on the arm bar and then we'll work on the Kimura, all right? So again, we're here. Side control, arm over, I walk to north-south, I lift, okay, if I can, even if I'm going for the arm bar, I like to still pin this arm here because it makes it difficult for them to defend, okay? And then I'm gonna keep the arm pinched here with my head, okay? I pinch against the wrist, right? And use my elbow to squeeze inward, that way they can't pull the elbow in and escape their arm, okay? So I'm kind of pinching in like this. Now when I'm ready to go, I'm gonna bring this foot in tight to the back and pivot. Just like before, my knee stays in the armpit, I sit, and I finish the arm lock. All right, guys? So we'll practice that for a little bit here. So working off the same thing, remember here, side control, arm over, block the hip, walk, walk, walk. I lift, I'm gonna pin the arm, then I bring the foot tight and rotate. And finish here, okay? And the entire time, I'm using that elbow hook, okay? Try to avoid like switching and holding the arm with your actual hands. Use that elbow hook like this, okay? Nice, Mary. Yep. There we go. Good. One, two, good. Walking around, lifting them up. Now that's when you, before you step, Mary, bring your knee over their other arm. Before you step your leg back behind them, bring your knee over that arm and pin that arm. Yeah. There you go. So now right knee over. There you go. Now you can start to lift, but make sure you're stepping over before you lift, because see how you're running into their head with your leg? So have your left leg over their head before you lift them up. Okay? So you're circling the north-south. Their head should be right in between your legs right now. Before you even step, though. Yeah. Their head should be between your legs. There you go. Good. Keeping control of them, by the way. It's not very nice, but that's how we do it. Right there, yep. Head right in between. There you go. Yes. There you go. Good. Much better. Stay tight to them. Kind of like 69, you know. 69 them. Yeah. Nice, Nick. Yeah. I mean, that's how we do it, you know. It's like, it always feels weird, especially when you're doing it on a real person, but in a real situation, if you want to keep control of them, right there. Yeah. Like you got to teabag them pretty much. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Much better. Nice and tight. That's how we keep the control. Good job, guys. Do it for another minute or so. What happened? Doing good, guys. All right, so let's go on to the last one then. Okay, so kind of basically the same for the first like 80% of the move. Now we're just gonna finish with the Kimura, okay? So starting here, bringing the arm over, blocking the hip, walking around, okay? So now notice here where I'm at, right? I have the head right between my legs. I don't wanna be like this, okay? At least for this one. I wanna have the head in between like that, okay? Now from there, I'm gonna start to use my leg. If the arm's already here, I'm just gonna pin that leg right now, or that arm right now, okay? Then from there, I can step my other leg up as I lift this dummy up on its side, like so, okay? So now like I was saying, if the arm stays here, that's your signal to go for the arm bar, right? But sometimes they whip the arm in because they sense that arm's in danger and they're trying to escape this way. And then all I gotta do is keep this elbow hook. I'm gonna use my free hand to grab the wrist. And then with the arm that's elbow hooking, now I'm coming through and grabbing my own wrist. Now from there, I'm bringing the arm behind the back. And when I'm doing the finish this way, with my posted leg, because I'm not going for the arm bar, I don't need to be tight. And actually, when I'm doing the Kimura, it kind of gets in my way if I'm too close. So I'm gonna step really wide, okay? So that gives me space, but also it gives me better base when I'm going to go and finish this move now. And when I do this, If I can bring my elbow all the way to the other side of the body, then this is going to be very powerful lock. Either way, I'm trying to get the hand behind. Okay, but some people, they just use basically like they keep their elbow on this side, they just use kind of like arm strength to do it. If I can get my whole body into the equation by rotating my torso and bringing my elbow to the other side of the body, now they're definitely going to be tapping by that time, okay? So my goal is to bring my elbow here all the way to the other side of the mat, okay? And now obviously if that was a real person, they either would have tapped or broken their arm at that point, okay? So again, we're here. So 1, 2, walk to north-south, head in between my legs. I'm gonna pin the arm, I'm gonna lift it up, okay? So now the arm comes down, I'm gonna catch the wrist, catch my own wrist, bring the elbow to the other side. You guys see how I'm doing that? And I'm almost keeping my weight low here. I'm not like really upright here. A lot of people finish upright, okay? As you start to bring the arm across, now I'm gonna bring my weight over the dummy again, okay? And I have the arm way behind the head at this point. All right, guys, let's try that out for a little bit. Last one today. There we go. Grab a little closer to your wrist there, Mary. And with your other hand, should be wrist on wrist like this. Like this. Here. You were kind of down here near your forearm. You want to be up near your wrist. Okay.
That's a dummy thing, actually. I know to do that sometimes on the dummy.
Oh, yeah.
The arms are soft, you can get away with it.
Right.
Yeah. Don't cheat on dummy, though.
Yeah, don't cheat, okay? Don't go from like a heel lock into a Kimura. Try to make sure you're doing the actual Kimura motion. Even though the dummy's got crazy elbows. Yeah, so you're a little loose on the arm, okay? So let's do it this way. When you're here, okay, you're kind of going like this, Mary. You're just grabbing and then pushing straight down and doing like, that's not how a real arm's gonna bend. You already destroyed their elbow at that point, you know? So let's say it's an actual arm, right? They can't bend back this way, right? So it's coming down here. That's how I get the L in the arm, and then I bring the arm behind. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So I'm not just gonna force it into like that, no. The arm comes down here first, then I'm going behind, all right? Try to, I mean, the dummy's not an actual person, but if we can make him move a little bit like a actual person, it'll be better.
Oh, White Belt Carl, I can't believe you said that about you.
Yeah.
You're not an actual person. Sorry, buddy.
There's no soul, yeah. There we go. Make sure you're controlling that shoulder too. Push it down, there we go. Now you got the bend. Grab your wrist, 2 on 1, good. There we go. Now we got it. Nice. Good. Nice, Nick. Yeah. Good. There you go, Mary. Yep. Nice. 1 more minute here, guys. Looking good, Nick. All right, guys, that's time. Okay, so before we finish it up, any questions on that one? Or any of the moves today? Sorry, I forgot to ask after the other techniques if there's any questions on those. Okay, but if you guys have any on these ones. No? You good? All right. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you guys have any questions later on, just hit us up, okay? I'll try to answer them. We appreciate it, though. Nice work. Here, back to speaker view. All right. All right, thanks again, guys. Happy Mother's Day. Call
Happy
your mom,
Mother's
okay?
Day.
Keep straight up. Bow to the master. Bow forward. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
See you on the mats this week.